Hello, everyone. On today's episode, there's a murder. Kendy Howard. Nice woman, loves animals, lived a good life, good mom, good grandma, normal kind of life. Dies mysteriously in a bathtub from an apparent gunshot wound, self-inflicted. But everything might not be as it seems. Her husband, who was an ex-Marine SWAT team leader, state police officer, maybe, just maybe, he had something to do with it. Stay tuned to find out more. Hello.
Hi.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to our channel, Two Peas in a Crime Pod.
Episode
51.
No, I think this is 50.
No, last time was 50.
Oh. We're at 51.
51. No, remember I sang 50 Cent last time.
Oh, you know what? I haven't edited it yet. I've only edited up to 49.
That's why.
So I was thinking we were on 50, but
No, we did it.
we did 50. That's right. You sang 50 cents
Yes.
or whatever his name is.
Oh, last time you were yawning, and now apparently I'm going to be yawning.
Oh, and
We
you got
traded
sleep
off.
last night, so that's weird.
Yeah, but I haven't slept in like a month.
Okay,
So
you didn't get enough.
now
you could sleep about a half a month. And
I
then
need,
you'd be
I
caught
need
up.
like a 2-week hibernation.
Poor
Yeah.
girl.
So, but the reason that I could sleep is because I got my test results back, and the doctor found no brain lesions.
It is the greatest news.
Which
So no
means I
wonder you could sleep
Don't
good.
have MS. So
Yes. I'm very
s-
happy.
I just have overlapping diseases of scleroderma and polymyositis, but not MS as well. So
That's
I'm-
that's extra good. And
I am
we
a
can
quite relieved girl.
we
Yes.
can work on the symptoms
can-
of the other
yes.
diseases.
Yeah, we'll
We'll deal with it.
managing. Yes.
Okay.
So one less thing. That's good. One less thing.
One last thing.
Forrest Gump. So yeah, so that was my good news for the week, and now my body is coming out of fight or flight mode for the first time. And when did I get that result? 6 months ago? 9 months ago?
It's
Last
been
summer?
It's been a minute.
Yeah. So I'm like unclenching my claws and my jaws, and my
Yeah.
body's relaxed,
She is exhaling.
and I'm a sleepy girl.
Poor girl.
No, it's okay. It's good.
I got up at 5 a.m. today. I went to bed as soon as I got home. I didn't work.
Oh.
So I went to bed around 10, and I had to type out a script. So I did all that, and then I went to print it, and the printer was out of ink, and the Office Mac doesn't open till 10. I was like, God bless it. So Chris offered to go and get it, and he did, and he actually got back with the ink before you got here, so it worked out perfect.
Oh, thank God I showed up so late. She texted me
It was
today.
fine
She
because
was
I
like,
also
just let me know when you're going to be on your way. And I didn't even read that till 9:15 when I decided to wake up.
which was fine because I was in the bathtub soaking, and I was like, do I need to get out quick, or do I have time to edit?
And then when I'm
episode
not
49?
answering, you're like, oh, I guess I
gonna
got time
edit.
to chill.
That's what I did. And I did not wash my hair because I knew I was just going to get out, throw some makeup on, and we would
I also
do the
did not wash
podcast.
my hair today because I want to put it up in a bun for our party later.
It needs to be
and
a little dirty.
Yeah, if it's clean, it just falls out.
Yes.
So,
What, you're talking about Chase's party?
yes.
Oh, okay.
My cousin's 18th birthday party is today.
Woo-hoo. All
Happy
right.
18th birthday, Chase. So,
That little boy is 18.
I know. I was there the night he was born, and then a lot of the days after that.
Yeah.
Oh, love that
I don't
boy.
see him much. He's not my side of the family's family.
That's my dad's side of the family through
his
marriage.
nephew, yeah. So I saw him when he was like this tall, and that's about it.
Yeah.
So I haven't even seen pictures of him lately because Grandma Ann doesn't post a lot of pictures. I mean, the only reason I
Because she
did
doesn't
see
get
him,
to she doesn't get to his games anymore because she can't drive.
the only reason
So
I ever saw him is because her grandma, used to post
constantly,
constant pictures of him.
yeah, because she was at every practice and every game, and
Yes.
yeah, no, he's a grown man now.
Well, you do
He's
have to
still baby
get to the game
faced.
today, so should we get into the case?
Yes,
Let's not ramble too much.
ramble on. Yeah, let's do it. Let's hit it. What's the case?
Okay, this is the case of Kendy Howard. Um,
Okay.
all right, so I'll talk about it and then we'll see if you recognize it. It's a relatively recent case. In 2000, well, first of all, viewer discretion.
VD.
So we're going to be talking about some spousal abuse, murder, that kind of thing. That's basically the themes. So if that's going to trigger you, just watch a different episode.
Leave. Get out right now. Sorry.
In 2021, Kendy Howard, who was 48, she was a wife, mother, and grandmother, and she lived in Athol, not asshole,
She lived in a asshole.
Idaho, a rural community in Kootenai County in northern Idaho. Those are some weird words, Athol and Kootenai.
Asshole city, Coochie County.
Right. She had been married for more than 25 years to Dan Howard, and he was a longtime Idaho former state police trooper.
Okay.
The couple had children together and also raised Kendy's daughter from a previous relationship who considered Dan a father figure.
Okay.
Kendy and Dan's marriage had deteriorated and the couple was in the process of separating.
Oh.
They had some problems over the years, but let's talk about what their life was like. So by 2021, they had about $2 million in assets. And yeah, they were doing really well.
On a state trooper salary? What did she do?
What did she do? I think she was in real. No, I can't remember. Why didn't I put that down there? Maybe it's in here.
All right, well, maybe we'll get there, but it wasn't on his salary, I don't think.
If I remember correctly, they had made some good real estate
Investments or purchases.
investments, which is what made me think she was in realty. But I'm not positive on that, so don't quote me.
Okay.
But the deal about it was his money was his money, her money was his money, that kind of a dynamic. So she wasn't really allowed to spend without his permission.
Okay. He controlled all the finances.
Pretty much.
Okay.
And that got to be a little aggravating to her. You know, grandmas
Yep.
want to spoil their grandchildren, first of all. And we need to spoil ourselves, second of all.
Yes.
And she wanted to do those things.
Yeah, I'm sure she just wanted to, be able to be treated like an adult.
I got to tell you, if Chris told me I wasn't allowed to spend money on the grandkids, I'd probably divorce him.
Which is ironic because if there is anybody who actually needs to have their finances controlled and watched and monitored and their card taken from them, it's you.
I pay my bills.
Look at her. She's immediate. Do you see the immediate defense and downward turn of the eyebrows? That's when you know I'm right.
My bills are paid on time every month. I have a few unpaid debts.
Oh, there it is. You act like I don't know the financial situation before I made this
Those
bold
are falling off my
before I made the bold statement
Those
that I
are falling
made.
off my credit bureau report next year. So
That doesn't mean paid. That just means like after an exhausting decade
7-year period
of trying to get you to pay.
Yeah. All right. I'd rather spend money on my grandkids. Anyways, he found out she had an affair with his best friend, and he happened to live next door. So
He found out that she had an affair.
Yes.
Okay.
With his best friend who lived next door.
For whatever reason, the first time you said it, I thought that you said that he
He
had
had
it
it. No.
with his male neighbor. I was like, ooh, scandal.
Oh, no.
Okay.
No. Still scandalous. Not that scandalous.
Right.
So he was
He's
not happy about this.
hurt.
So what does he do? He verbally assaults his friend and tells him he threatens to kill him.
That's honestly exactly what I would
So
expect.
he said something like, I'm going to splatter your face all over the pavement with my gun or something like that. Well, anyways, he basically had charges brought against him and got 2 felonies for that.
Okay.
So if you have felonies, you can't be a state police trooper anymore.
And if you're a state police trooper, you can't go around telling people that you're going to shoot them in the face.
Right.
Yeah.
So they were generous enough to let him resign rather than firing him.
Okay.
So he resigned from the state trooper position.
Or I don't really know that that's generous because if you fire, then isn't there like a severance thing? Isn't it actually to their benefit if he resigns? I don't know.
I don't know. Basically it looks bad if they fire him.
Well, if you get fired, then it's harder to like go get any kind of a job because then you have this bad blemish on your resume.
Exactly.
But if you get fired, then sometimes they have to pay you severance and things like that.
Okay.
Whereas if you quit, they don't have to give you shit.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know how it works everywhere and if it's all the same and if I don't know, but
I don't either. I've never had that kind of a prestigious job
yeah, I don't
with
get
severance and shit.
and all that. Yeah.
It's basically just waitressing. Bye.
Yeah. Get a photo. Yeah.
So, okay. Ironically, a few years before that, he had pulled over a woman and shot her in the process of pulling her over. Yeah. So he did not get any reprimandation from that incident, but his wife was a little disturbed by it. And then he threatened this guy, and she's not really liking it. So,
Yeah.
you know, those things are there. Anyways, her brother ended up getting him a job in Alaska. So they had these oil fields in Alaska called the North Slopes.
Okay.
And to work there, because they lived in, where did I say, Idaho? Yeah.
Idaho.
He had to travel there, and it was 3 weeks on and then 3 weeks at home.
Okay.
So he'd be gone almost a month.
And then get a week off and then go back.
Yeah. And Kendy was like, I'm kind of digging this.
Yeah, I'm sure.
It's nice here when he's gone. And then he'd come back and she'd be like,
Ugh.
oh, he's back. You know?
Yeah.
So she's really living life and making plans. And she decides, I don't think I want to be married to him anymore. So she's gone to spin class. She's changing her look. She wants to have plastic surgery. She's making plans. She's telling her girlfriend about it. She finds a property in another state, and she starts having an affair with the realtor that showed her the property. Yeah. And she's making plans to move at this other property, divorce him. She's going to be seeing this guy. She's, you know, getting really fit and loving life.
All right. Grandma got it going on. Okay.
That's what's going on. So when he got back, she told him everything. And
he said, I've been gone for 3 weeks. God damn. Everything changed.
She told her friend, I told him everything, and he took it pretty well. So I know, right?
Okay.
But then that night, it was 3 nights later, actually.
Okay.
So the time frame is February 2nd of 2021. At 10:43 p.m., Dan called 911 in a frantic state.
Okay.
And when I say frantic, okay, do you remember in Anchorman, the glass case of emotion scene?
Yes.
Where you can't even understand it?
Ron,
going,
I can't. I just want to say one thing.
I can't understand you.
Ron,
Where are you, Ron?
Right. They're going to put Corning Stout on.
I'm in a glass case of emotion.
My man on the bridge, he hit him with a burrito.
That's what Dan was like.
Okay.
So he told dispatchers that his wife had shot herself while she was in the bathtub. And on the call, he was shouting, "She's in the bathtub dead. She's in the bathtub dead." And he's crying and wailing. And just then, when they get there, um, it's on body cam footage. It reminds me of Ron from The Anchorman. It's exactly like that.
He's just
It is
distraught.
very crazy. So the cop who's on the scene was a woman, and she notices that all this crying, but his eyes are dry. So there's not like tears.
It's just a lot of like loud wailing. Yeah.
Yes. And he's gagging and choking, but not throwing up.
Right.
So
This woman cop has been in a relationship with the manipulator before and immediately knew the signs of someone who's putting on a show.
That's what
but
she's
not
thinking.
actually having an emotion.
I mean, she's finding it questionable.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
they're doing a good search at the scene. Mm-hmm. What he told the police was he said he had been downstairs and he heard a thump upstairs. And he said about an hour
How
later,
that thump made us jump. Like Dr. Seuss.
cat in a hat.
Cat in a hat.
So he went upstairs about an hour later and found Kendy dead in the bathtub with a gunshot wound. So
No woman, let me tell you, no woman is going to kill herself. If she's going to shoot herself, she's going to be fully clothed.
Well, that's what they thought too.
And if you're in the bathtub,
Have you seen this before?
I don't think so. But I'm
On,
just
like
saying
48 hours or something?
I don't think so. But I'm
Okay.
just saying you're either like trying to die and be sexy and you're going to be in the bathtub and you're going to
Like you're trying not to make a mess on the rug.
Yeah, well, I was
So
thinking like
you're in a dry bathtub.
you're going to be I don't know what I can say and I can't. If you're going to shoot yourself, you're just not going to do it in the bathtub.
Well, women don't typically do that, first of all. They
Yes.
find other means.
Yeah.
But they definitely don't usually die naked. That's what the investigator said, that
Yeah.
that was rare.
Yes.
He insisted she had taken her own life. And here's the thing, though. This is what they find out about him.
Okay.
Dan's a former Marine, a firearms instructor, and he was a member of SWAT. So
He knows a thing or two about guns.
he does, and he should know the difference between a thud and a gunshot.
Yeah.
So he should have known that was a gunshot and went up immediately. Why did he wait an hour? What's going on here?
Yeah, what was the thud? She's in the tub? Like what thud? I'm guessing she was sitting in the tub when she did it and then the gun
it was
dropped.
a gunshot.
Which the gun would make a bang and dropping a gun either inside on
The gun was in the water.
Okay, so a gun hitting porcelain would also not be a thud.
No.
It would be another banging like clang sound.
Yes.
None of the sounds that would make involve a
Would
thud.
have been a thud. Exactly.
They're all a ang,
Yes.
a banging or a twanging or a clanging. But
And that's what investigators were like, what?
Yeah.
A thud? And they're just like, so
this motherfucker. Lie. You lie.
that's the initial what happened. Let's talk about our victim a little bit.
Okay.
Kendy's background. Her name was Kendy Ann Wilkins, and she was born April 30th of 72.
So she's around your age.
Yeah, she's my
Okay.
sister's age. She was born in 72.
Oh, okay.
I'm 73, so
I know
you
you're
knew.
yeah.
I'm just saying that for their benefit.
Gotcha.
She was born in Orofino, Idaho. She grew up with her parents in Idaho, Janie and Wendell Wilkins, and she had a brother as well named Brian Wilkins.
Okay.
As a teen, her brother was talking about this. I watched a documentary on it, and he said that she was always riding a horse. And
Okay.
yeah, and she had a sheep or I mean, a goat and sheep.
Okay.
So she's a big time animal lover. As an adult, she lived in Athol, Idaho, where she,
Can
I
I see
know.
the word
Yeah,
Athol?
not Athol. I'm just trying not to sound like I'm saying a bad word.
Athol. I think no matter how you say it,
It just sounds bad.
yeah, it just sounds like Mike Tyson saying asshole.
Yes.
Yeah, sometimes I box the asshole. I like to beatbox from the asshole.
Oh, I love you. All right, so she raised a family and had become a mother and grandmother by the time of her death. Friends and relatives describe Kendi as someone who was active and focused on her future, especially in the months before her death. According to her friends, she regularly worked out, tried to stay physically active, attended spin classes, and
Yeah, she was trying to bang realtors, of course.
yes, those closest to her emphasized that family was a major focus in her life. Um, they said that they could not imagine her intentionally leaving them behind. And her brother said her death was shocking because of how connected she was to her family. So they all said she was actively planning a new chapter in her life.
Yeah, she had all these plans that she was like excited about, not dreading. Like,
Exactly. The only person who might be dreading that would be
dun dun dun.
the Athol in her life.
Everyone, there's always got to be that one Athol.
All right, so back to the scene. Deputies responding to the home found Kendi Howard's body in the bathtub nude with a gunshot wound to her head. Her handgun was submerged in the bathwater. Investigators quickly noticed several things that did not fit a typical suicide. Number one, the bathwater was still lukewarm, suggesting that the scene had been recently staged. Um, Wet towels were found behind the bathroom door on the floor. A clothes dryer was running with bath towels inside of it.
Okay.
A packed duffel bag containing women's clothing sat near the stairs. There was also broken glass found on the bedroom floor.
Oh, so like she had packed a bag and was gonna like leave for the night. Like, I don't like you. I'm getting the fuck out of here. And he was like, no, you're not.
Yep. Right?
Yeah. And then there was a struggle and water got all over the place and he's like trying to sop it up with towels.
I
Or
mean,
is that not what we think?
well, investigators are just like, all of this looks like something else happened here that he's not telling us.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't just look like she quietly went in, took her clothes off, got in a bathtub with a gun.
Right. So you're going to be surprised. But the other thing that was weird was Dan appeared to be freshly showered and clothed. He had, like, you know how when you pull your t-shirt over your head, you get deodorant stains on it?
Yes.
He had those stains on his t-shirt, and usually those go away after you've worn your shirt for a little bit.
Yes,
Like,
but this was like fresh.
yeah, he just looked freshly showered and deodoranted and excuse me.
Deodoranted.
That's a word.
Yes.
I made that up.
That's a good. I like it. Daniel.
So detectives are like, and this scene looks a little staged.
Yeah.
One of the small details, which actually became very important, this investigator looked into the clothes dryer. It only had minutes left in its cycle when they had gotten there. So he checked the model's running time and determined that the dryer cycle likely started at 10:42. So remember, he called at 10:43.
So 1 minute before he makes this dramatic, I'm freaking the fuck out call, he's putting stuff
Clothes
in the dryer.
Yes. So he found her.
He had to run and get his phone.
He makes a call, but at some point he was putting clothes in the dryer.
Right.
You know, they are very
Which,
perplexed.
devil's advocate, he could have been all the way down in the basement or wherever, that wherever their dryer is, throwing a load of shit in the dryer, and then heard a sound while he was doing that, and then went and checked on her. I mean, it can happen simultaneously.
But he heard a sound an hour before he put clothes in the dryer. I mean, he heard the sound an hour before he checked on her.
He said, I heard a thud and thought that was weird, and then I waited an hour to do something about it.
Yes. Yeah, he heard the thud and just was like, I wonder what that was. And then just sat downstairs for an hour and then went up and checked on her. And
this is one long bath.
that's what he told the police. He didn't say anything about putting clothes
I
in the dryer.
thought he heard the thud and went to immediately go see. Maybe I wasn't listening. Maybe at some point I zoned out. Sorry.
That's all right.
Okay.
It happens.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's perplexing to
Heard a
these
thud and I
investigators.
thought, that reminds me of when you put a pair of shoes in the dryer. Oh, I need to do a little laundry. He was just,
Yeah, right. So then there was the autopsy and medical evidence. The original medical examiner concluded that Kendy Howard died from the gunshot wound to her head. However, other experts disagreed. Her family insisted that they have second and
like
third
an
opinions.
independent autopsy.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So exactly, independent forensic analysis found over 30 bruises and injuries on Kendy's body. A broken jaw. That indicated very significant trauma right before her death.
Yeah.
Bruising on both sides of her neck, consistent with strangulation. And very little blood in the bathtub, which experts said was totally unusual for a fatal head wound because they bleed a lot. There should have been a lot of blood in the bathtub
Almost
water.
as if she was already dead and then shot.
That's exactly what it looked like.
Okay.
The only way there would have only been a little blood is if her heart hadn't been beating when she was shot in the head.
Beat the hell out of her, choked her out, killed her, put her in the tub, and then made it look like a suicide.
He did clean up
Cold
something,
water, scrub it out,
and put it in the dryer.
Yeah.
And then he showered, threw his wet towels on the floor, and then puts her in the bathtub and stages a scene.
Okay.
So that's what it's.
There wouldn't be blood. That's what I'm telling you. He beat the shit out of her. There's not blood anywhere for that. He choked her out. There's not blood anywhere for that. He puts her in the tub.
Oh, okay.
He puts her in the tub and then shoots her. And other than like the immediate spray from what comes from that area, there isn't pulsating blood in the body to empty out.
You are right. Yeah.
Yeah,
there's not a big bloody crime
So that's
scene.
what I'm saying. I feel like there was a struggle and some shit got knocked over or something. That's what I'm saying. Like the laundry seems like a red herring almost to me. Like that's not really. I don't see where the laundry is playing a role.
I guess that the reason that they mentioned it because it was used in court to
establish the timeline
that he's doing laundry right?
While he's on the call. No,
right.
That makes sense to me. I'm just saying I don't think there was anything in the machine.
You don't think there was any bloody
that was a part of the crime, unless while she was getting the shit kicked out of her, she literally shit or pissed herself, and he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna throw these in." That's, you know what I mean? Like,
yes,
that would be the only thing. Otherwise, yes, it was just that he went on about his life. He was like, "All right, well, I got her dead, and I gotta do the dishes, and I gotta do laundry," and then he was like, "Oh, that's right. Okay, this is about the time I need to call the police," and he's like, "Oh, my wife." And he, you know what I mean? Like doing other things. Like,
yes.
No, I get that. I just don't think there was anything in the washing machine that had to do with it.
Well, you might be very correct on that.
But like you said, him like throwing his wet towels, like he just took a shower. But again, a lot of people do shower every night. He takes a shower and then she says, "Okay, it's time for my bath." And then she goes in right after him.
But she'd been in there for an hour.
How long did your bath go today, Mom?
No, I'm just saying he had the stains on his shirt, and if he was doing other stuff,
and if he had been dressed an hour ago because he had got in his shower before her, yes, agreed.
All right.
Unless he had been walking around nude and was like, fuck, the cops are coming. I better put my dick away. I'm just saying, if I was a defense attorney, I'm hearing a
There
lot of
are,
things that
yes, you could
obviously
argue.
you know that I know that he did it.
Yeah, you
Fuck
could
this
argue.
guy.
You could argue.
But I
other
should have
things.
been his defense attorney.
You could have. So they did conclude, the pathologist concluded that she was already dead when she was shot, and that the gunshot was likely used to stage a suicide.
Yeah.
So testing of the weapon revealed complicated results. Kendy's DNA was found on the pistol and the bullets. DNA from an unknown male contributor was also present. Dan Howard's DNA was not anywhere on anything. And the investigators also found no significant fingerprint evidence on the, I just said that, on the gun or, oh, no, fingerprints on the gun or ammunition. So no DNA and no fingerprints.
I thought you just said they found hers
They found hers
and an unknown male.
and an
but
unknown male
not his.
DNA, but not his.
Whose gun was it?
I don't know. I don't know if it was hers or his.
She grew up a farm girl. She might have her own gun.
But he could have wiped it and put her
Well,
hand.
the point in me asking is if it was his gun, but it was like around the house and she was aware of it. If it's his gun typically and he's the one like taking it out and cleaning, shooting it and stuff, his DNA is going to be in it. And it's really hard to clean a gun. Like the DNA gets in the grip and every, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Unless you purposely are cleaning it, like,
Exactly.
you know?
Yes.
So it would have made sense if unless it was just her gun. And he's like, yeah, she has her own pistol. I have my own pistol. We go shooting together. And it would make sense like he doesn't really touch her gun because he has his own. And that's why only her DNA's on it. Or it's his. He wipes it completely down, cleans it, and then puts gloves on and then rubs her fucking hand all over it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Again.
Which, basically, the gun was no use at trial.
Yeah. Because it just proved that it was in her hand.
Right.
Yeah.
They did suspect Dan, but had no definitive proof.
Everything's very circumstantial.
In the meanwhile, the first birthday of Kendy's after her death,
Okay.
Dan had a yard sale of her things.
Bye, bitch.
And Kendy's daughter, Brooke, the one that was her daughter
That
before
wasn't
they're married,
his. Yeah.
she found out about it. So she goes over and went in his house and tried to get things that meant something to her mother or to her. And
Yeah, it's cold-blooded. Cold-blooded.
Dan called 911 on her and had her charged with trespassing at the home that she grew up in. She's a grown person.
Yeah,
She doesn't
yeah,
live
yeah,
there anymore, but yeah, he doesn't just let her have
Yeah,
things.
like that would be like if you suspiciously died in the bathtub, which would be kind of less suspicious because you're always in the bathtub. But anyways, that would be like me coming over and like wanting some of your like elephants or
That'd be like
my baby
Chris,
shoes and
Chris
Chris
having
like calling
a
the
yard
cops on
sale
me.
on my birthday.
Yeah, and Chris
And you're
calling
like,
the cops on
fuck
me.
that, and you run inside and you want to get the stuff that he hasn't set
Yeah.
out there that you know where it is, and he calls police on you. Yeah.
Good luck.
Cold-blooded. Cold-blooded.
I would cold cock him.
But after a 2-year investigation, authorities did arrest Dan. It was April of 2023, and he was charged with first-degree murder and domestic battery.
Yeah, who broke her fucking jaw? Like,
So-
that's what I want to know.
All right.
Obviously him.
Did I skip a whole section?
IDK, bitch, it's your script.
I did. All right.
Were your pages out of order?
No, I just didn't type it, and I think I put in parentheses talk about this
Oh, okay.
because I didn't want to type the whole thing out.
Because you just knew about it.
Yes. So, okay, 7 months before her death,
Okay.
Dan found out that she had secret credit cards. And he basically went ballistic and beat the shit out of her.
Oh.
And she didn't have him arrested or anything, but she did take pictures of her bruises and she sent them to her best friend and
Smart.
told her best friend about it. And then another episode happened where she wakes up in the middle of the night and Dan is standing over her with a pillowcase. I mean, a pillow. And the look in his eyes was terrifying. And she thought
He was going to suffocate me in my
he
sleep.
might have been planning to do that. And she told her friend about it. So she was suspicious of some things, but she didn't think he would actually go through with it. She thought, he's not that stupid. He's not going to ruin his life.
Right.
It's going to be obvious. So she really didn't think he was going to kill her. She just wanted to get out of there and get divorced and get away, and
Yeah, she probably just didn't want to have to be thinking about that at all.
probably.
Yeah.
So the friend conveys all of this to the investigators.
Okay. And
And
that previous bruising
She kept the pictures of the bruises.
is also, again, circumstantial, but starting to paint a picture now.
Right.
Because anybody, the guy she was banging, the realtor she was banging, could have beat the shit out of her. Like, we don't know. It's still...
Well, it was a text messaging. So it's not totally hearsay because it came from
No,
Kendy's
it's not
phone.
hearsay per se, because it came from her phone. But because she's dead, we can't say for sure that it was her sending it.
That's true.
Anybody could have had her phone and been sending it. They could have been sitting in the same room like, this is really gonna fuck him, and creating a narrative,
Oh, okay.
And like I said, it could have been this other guy she was
should have
seeing.
been. It's too bad he didn't have you as his defense attorney.
That's what I'm saying. I really could have defended this case, but you're not. I'm not hearing anything yet. I want to be like, yeah, fuck this guy, throw him in prison. But I'm also not hearing anything that's nothing.
Definitive.
Nothing but women's intuition.
There's reasonable doubt
and the
behind
circumstance
everything.
of him being home at the same time that she died. Yes. Now, because of statistics, I'm ready to throw him in prison, but I could have easily, as a defense attorney, gotten this tossed, because you're not saying anything that makes any kind of goddamn sense, like why we would go all the way to trial. That's what I'm thinking. So yes, I would have been a great defense attorney.
You would have.
Only in this case.
In this case, the trial lasted about 3 weeks. Prosecutors called dozens of witnesses, including family members, friends, and forensic experts. The pathologist stated the angle of the gunshot was angled down towards the back of her spine and her neck, not up into the head. And they testified
She shot
that
herself in the back
it
of the
was
head?
no, it was the back of the mouth. I'm
Oh.
sorry. She had the gun in her mouth.
Okay.
And it was angled down like this towards the bullet went into her spine.
Which is harder to pull the trigger on. Normally it's up.
Typically you're going to aim up into your brain
Yes.
or straight back, but not angled down. So that's one thing that they testified.
Well, yeah, it just wouldn't even, that's like hard to.
Yeah. Another thing was
Also, I don't know why I was doing 2 fingers. You just pull with this finger. I don't know. Because I was trying to do a gun
and
but then
pulling.
also pull a trigger. I don't know. That like pantomime was just all wrong.
I totally got what you were doing.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. All right, so Dan's coworkers were called and reported that their training in the police department included a sleeper hold that they are trained to do to subdue,
Yes.
somebody that's resisting. So the bruises on her neck, pathologists said, could very well have come from a sleeper hold.
I can't hear sleeper hold and not think about
They called it something else. They called it carotid artery.
Big Daddy, where he's teaching him wrestling moves, and that little kid's like, he taught me to sleep a hold.
Yes.
And he taught me to Styx was the greatest American walk band. They only got a bad rap because most critics are
That
cynical
little kid
assholes.
is the cutest kid ever.
Cynical assholes. Yes.
But
That's actually 2 kids, by the way. It was twins.
But yeah, that's something that they're actually taught. And she had bruising on her neck. So they're trying to explain how that could have happened and
Yes.
how, it probably went too far. And he just basically suffocated her to death. And then
I'm going to choke this pillow out. Hold on. I was giving a live demonstration.
A clinical psychologist who reviewed Kendy's text messages, media posts on social media, and interviews with the family concluded that she was at minimal or no risk of suicide.
Yeah, she was in her sassy stage, not in her like end it all stage.
Right. So the key points that they presented was that the couple's marriage was ending. Dan found out about the affair and her plan to divorce when she told him.
Okay.
And he ended up strangling her during a confrontation, placed her body in the bathtub, shot her in the mouth with her own gun, and attempted to make it appear as a suicide.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's pretty much all that they had.
It's a lot of circumstantial evidence.
It is.
But
the jury found him guilty of second-degree murder and domestic battery. So on May 23rd of 2024, at the sentencing hearing.
Well, if you have a broken jaw, let's just that injury alone, you're going to go to the fucking doctors or the hospital. Like, that's affecting your ability to eat, to do a lot of things, to talk. You're in pain. Your mouth is fucked up.
Right.
You're going to go. So we have to assume that that happened sometime that evening, because otherwise, if it was an accident, like she fell, and I don't know how you would do that, but somehow accidentally her jaw gets broken, you're going to go to the fucking hospital. Right?
Of course.
If it was an accident.
Exactly. So, I mean, it just doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't work that she killed herself. So, at the sentencing hearing, Dan made a speech and a plea to the judge.
I didn't do it.
Yeah, he said, "I'm not the monster that everybody's making me out to be. And I love Kendy. And we had a mostly good marriage."
That was honest.
It just went on and on and on. The judge responded to his speech by telling him that it's clear to me you are a remorseless killer. You're not sorry.
Something that I don't think that people understand. If you have just been found guilty by a jury of your peers and it's to the sentencing stage, telling the judge that you're innocent, the judge has to think, now, you're guilty. You were found guilty. Unless the judge is going to overturn the jury's ruling, which rarely happens. At that point, it's one of those things where it's like, if you're planning on appealing, you're not going to want to say, you're right, I did it. We just had that whole trial where I tried to say that I didn't. But now that you found me guilty, I'm going to tell you I did it. I'm really sorry. This is why I did it. I never should have done it. Please show me leniency. No one does that, you know? But it would be almost better to just say less.
Oh, you know? He's like, I miss her too, just like everybody else. I mean, just a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah.
That everybody's like, wants to barf over, you know?
Yeah.
So the judge sentenced him to life in prison without the possibility of parole. And they did describe the crime as extremely serious and calculated. So, yeah, the judge is like, you know.
Yeah, he was smart enough to realize that just beating the shit out of her, that was going to be hard to cut. Like, you can't excuse that away. So he was hoping that the gunshot wound would be it. They would do any other kind of
apparently
testing or checking or. Oh boy, with the yawning. Like I said, it was you last time and it's me this time. Well, it was a very circumstantial case this time, but I do agree, you know, especially with the history of violence and a deteriorating relationship, past threats that he's made to people. That escalating violence is just, that's where it heads.
Totally.
And they had all those assets that they were going to have to split, and he didn't, you know, he had been controlling the finances the whole time. And
yeah.
So, well,
that's my case for today.
Good case, Mom. Good research.
If you stuck around this long, how about let's leave a pink heart for Kendy and consider scribing if you haven't already.
Yes, scribe. Be a scribe.
Is that what I said?
Yep.
Subscribing. Consider subscribing.
Just subscribe. Don't even consider it. Do
Okay.
it.
Do what she said. For those of you that are already subscribed, we appreciate you. We thank you. We have hit 30,000.
30,000 or ran up, down.
I mean, we're so excited. It was just a couple months ago that we had 2,000 and we were like
To
thrilled.
the moon.
Yeah. So this is really unbelievable. We're really appreciative of you. And again, thanks for your patience. We've been plagued with sound issues and we're trying to get it all straightened out.
Yes.
So we thank you for sticking around and continuing to watch or listen for those of you listening. In the meanwhile, tune in next time for a really good case. This one is bizarre and kind of, I mean, some of it's not funny, but the end is funny.
Oh, I love a funny one.
So thanks again for stopping by.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. See you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.